wait, it's Team Bunny Hop Hop, and I do not know the other one, so I'll just introduce Bunny Hop Hop because I don't know the other one.
Okay,
So
thanks.
do the first.
All right, fine.
Gods
up. Yeah, I know. Up in the top right-hand corner of Wolf Industries compound, we find Team Gods of 2v2, comprised of these two wonderful players, plus whom
Carly
is
Rae
on Team Ascension. He is a pink Terran player. He is Lingsanity. Kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, schizophrenia going on there, maybe, with a Terran player called Lingsanity. Unless he's just like QQing about how good Lings are. In which case, he's playing Terran. Why is he QQing about how good Lings are? But either way, the other half of Gods of 2v2 is down the bottom spawn of the top right-hand spawn. The teal Zerg player from Carly Knight.
And their opponents, who we just watched, go 2-0 versus their respective opponents. It is the two players, a Terran and a Zerg, representing Bunny Hop Hop. The first of which, Terran, it is Bathtub. And let me get their actual team colors on. And, wait, 1 second.
Okay.
Ooh! Representing the Clan Bunny, a Hop Hop. The second player in this team, it is the Purple Zerg, Toetoefoot.
I have to get used to the fact that you had to do two introductions. I'm sorry, but yeah, no.
It's cool. I forgive you.
I'm gonna admit I was prompted to this by somebody in chat, but this is an excellent map for a Terran player to lift to the gold on. Like,
oh hey, there's only 3 in this one. This is the one I was talking about. It's a triangle.
What?
There's only 3 there's not 2 bases.
Right.
There's just one base. There's one extra.
Yeah, but the natural bases are still pretty easy to secure, even though you do have to. They're like a little vulnerable if you break down these rocks, but the natural bases are like.
Yeah. I just meant they're not in the same pocket base. There's a couple of ones like this. True. And I just like our one of our resident like 2v2 experts is like, yeah, but when the gold base runs out, you don't have as much minerals. Yeah. When any other base runs out, you don't have as much.
Yeah, but gold bases run out faster because they
you're
have,
supposed
I
to
think,
laugh.
about the same. Okay, I'm sorry.
Moves on to the next round.
Yeah, like Habitation Station was, I'm pretty sure, used to be like the dream lift to the gold map because it was so close. Yeah. This is.
I've seen it in a pro map. That was the best thing ever. Habitation Station.
You can do it quite a lot. People used to do it all the time in pro matches, but I'm pretty sure if you lift up the CC, by the time you got your SCVs down there and they'd all like spread out and mined the minerals, it would basically have landed. So yeah, that could be interesting. But as we actually see, both the Zerg players have gone for the gold base. So I guess if they've been communicating well and they're well versed in 2v2 maps, then they'll be going, all right, so we're going to have the Zerg player with the fast income boost to get some extra minerals out there, lots and lots of lings, lots and lots of roaches maybe. Whereas our Terran players are going to be sitting back, they're just going to have the income boost from their mules. That is a bit of a valid point, actually. Mules gain nothing from gold bases, so maybe you want the Zerg to get the extra income. I don't know.
Also quite interesting, at least for Gods of 2v2, instead of the Terran taking that base you were talking about, breaking down the rocks, he also went, Lingsanity went for the gold, so I kind of like that. And also just to point out, Bunny Hop Hop looking really good in their figure. They took out the very first Reaper of Lingsanity that came in with 2 Reapers of Bathtub. Took them out quite quickly, and they're looking pretty strong. On the other side of the map, 2 Reapers of Bathtub are kiting currently a couple couple SCVs, and they will chase another Reaper down. Will it? Oh, beautiful split by them. One more Reaper following the other Reaper. Will it? I don't know if we get it. It does get it. Barely gets it. Queen is there, and I think both Reapers will survive. Metabolic Boost just finishing up for representing Carly, and I can't remember the singer's name on that picture. Carly Rae something, but thank you. It started the J, I knew that. All right, but Link Speed finishing for him or her for Knight, and I'm guessing Knight's going to be very aggressive now with Lingsanity taking this gold. Also, this could prove, just so much bio, and I can see you mouthing the words to that song. But this is going to be some really scary bio with such, both 2 golds on this one side, while on the other side, Bunny Hop Hop is not opting to take the gold actually.
Yeah, but Toetoefoot is going to be on 3 bases. He is on 3 bases. He doesn't have an extra income from the last base, but on the other hand, think if Team Gods of 2v2 find out about the extra base, we won't have it much longer. But right now, the Lynx have got a good surround on these roaches. The Hellions not adding too much to this fight against the roaches, but having traded off a little bit, they're going to back off. And oh no, they know about that third base now, but they're not actually coming back for it. That's a little interesting.
Well, there is those rocks though. They can look, if they actually go for that third base though, and there's an army for Toetoefoot, or there's an army, sorry, for a Bunny Hop Hop, they could get quite easily trapped in here. There's no way out except for those rocks, and those rocks are 2,000. So without a large force, it's kind of hard. And they will actually attempt it with a couple of Lings, but that's just going to be a sacrifice of these Lings, especially with a couple of Hellions here. More Lings, though, or sorry, a couple more Hellions kind of moving in, but the pushed back. Bathtub going for the gold, and this is actually shaping up to be a very interesting game. I'm really excited. This was kind of talking to you about. I'm really curious to see a much longer 2v2 drawn-out game, but the other ones were about as long as this, but one where they're more macro-orientated, but it can very easily in 2v2s push either way just because of the amount of units that can trap some other units. There's so many little things can happen.
Yeah, well, without having seen any games at all on Wolf Industries Compound, just looking at the layout of the map, behind this sort of kind of double choke, this defensible location with the two choke points separated by the little kind of billboard building thing, you have 5 bases between 2 players. So you can two of them gold even. So you can actually 6 bases. There's this one up here. So you can very, very easily get up to some decent base counts for both players without them being like the free bases like we see on what was it? Catherine Square. Catherine Square, you've got the completely free bases, almost in the same manner as you do with the 1v1.
Yeah.
And
the very first one, Crystal Pools, at least for that one, I mean, you have 4 in the main, so all very different.
No, they're not in the main though. 2 of them are in the natural. Crystal Pools, you've got the natural, but yeah, it's not, the 2 natural bases are not completely free. Incidentally, we do have this drop in here, which is going to be cleaned up by Knight and forced away. Yeah. At the same time, actually, a few roaches from Toetoefoot trying to break down the back rocks, caught by Lingsanity and taken out. But actionable time, and
Bathtub actually loses 1 medevac and will lose the second medevac. Ooh, I think it may actually. No, barely will not get lost. And by the way, just for Toetoefoot, going into a lot more roach upgrades, but for now, SCVs of Bathtub are on the run. There's only a couple Marines. Actually, there's Marauders here, and these Mutalisks from Knight know it. They're wreaking havoc on there, and that could have been really dangerous with just how many SCVs were clumped up there. But for now, just going for more harassment.
Yeah, Veers into range that spore for just a second there, but Lingsanity with his Hellions has to back off against the Roaches and Marauders, and it's really, really cool to see Bathtub pull his Marines back. Just because, this is pretty cool. Obviously, Lingsanity is pretty familiar with this base. Great siege tank position here to deny mining on this gold base, and Knight can then move forward with the support of those siege tanks. Very, very great position to kind of retreat through as he fires down this all command. At the same time, Team Bunny Hop Hop, are going to be trying to break through this rocks to get a way out of their base that isn't, won't get it demolished by siege tanks.
This is really interesting from Toetoefoot, as you were saying, trying to find another way to get out, but there's already an army ready, and the siege tanks are sieged up with a couple of the Mutalisks. Could provide a lot of extra vision, but it's going to be interesting how it goes. A couple Hydras, couple Roaches coming in. These Roaches do have +1. Actually, sorry, yeah, there is +1 armor currently for Toetoefoot, but he knows he has to get out of there. And I think that he actually just opened up a way to be, opened up almost a stitch in his side to attack. In so many Hellions for Lingsanity will be moving into the Zerg, or the purple Zerg space, and wreaking havoc. But actually, a couple Roaches and Hydralisks may catch a lot of these off of guard. Now, if the depot.
Oh no! One depot goes up, but the other one remains lowered. It means Lingsanity with his blue flame Hellions gets into the base, and this oversaturated base of Bathtub, they're lining up. And it's
perfectly lined up.
Here.
All of these perfectly lined up, doing a lot of damage here. And wait, these Hellions actually may get out. The supply depots are down now, but we'll have to see. Hellions going into the little pocket gold base here for Team Bunny Hop Hop and wreaking havoc. While in the middle of the map, there is a lot of Marines for Bathtub kind of dancing around with these Mutalisks, posturing and seeing if they can get any damage done. But I mean, it's a scary position. Team Bunny Hop Hop has lost a lot of units here, and they're barely holding on, and these Mutas are doing so much damage. The Mutas cannot quite engage this Marine force, but the Marine force, remember, they have no upgrades, while the Mutas do have +1 attack, so that'll do so much damage. There's not even combat shields for these Marines of Bathtub, which is representing Bunny Hop Hop.
Lingsanity has 83 workers. 84 now. That's insane.
15 of Bathtub.
He's just got so much income. I think I don't know. I think he must be pouring some into Knight, because there's no reason to have that many other workers. Like 14 siege tanks is going to be incredible. You're not breaking. You can distribute them amongst different bases, and you're not going to break that. Although, and that's a great defensive kind of thing to have. Lingsanity is sieging up as Toetoefoot moves towards a little bit, takes a couple shots. You just cannot do this. You can't take this fight. And so combined worker count for Team Gods of 2v2 of never do math on stream, 154, and they're fighting against 64 from their opponents. But now the siege up happens. The first volley takes out half the army. The second volley is going to do a little less because some of the tanks go down. But now Knight's forces move forwards as well, and they have to back off a little bit if they get out of range. Some of those tanks there.
Lingsanity actually almost getting a lot of damage done. A lot of Banelings went in, but they're actually going to be pulling back. So much area of effect damage for the army of Gods of SC2, and they finally will push it back. Part of the map, there's a couple Marines trying to push out this, or planetary forces. Won't look like it happened though, but in the middle of the map at the gold base for Bunny Hop Hop, there's a large run by happening, and Banelings coming in too. Now there's not that much army to actually defend. A couple Hydralisks, a couple Roaches, a little bit of Bioforce, but these Banelings actually should clean them all up if they're not paying attention. For now, Knight will pull back, and just above there, Mutalisk doing a little bit of harassment into Toetoefoot natural, and Lingsanity and Knight moving almost completely across the map. They have so much map control here, and moving very aggressively. There's not that much left for Team Bunny Hop Hop. There's a couple Marines and stuff, but really the majority of the army is just the Roaches and Hydras, and they're completely out of position to even deal with this huge mech army.
Yeah, and Lingsanity's siege tank position, fantastic here, denying one of Toetoefoot's bases, taking out the Vespene Geyser, and then Knight moves up. He's got a big old ball of Mutas, but these are some dangerous infestors here for Toetoefoot. A few of the Hellbats get sacrificed off, but they don't matter too much. Lingsanity has plenty of income. Actually, looking at the income tab, we see him with about, he's the pink one, he has about 2,000. The Zerg player actually has more. Knight has about 21,000, but that is, of course, just in minerals. And yeah, they've got so much money to throw away on these run-bys, one of which is going down to one of Toetoefoot's bases, on anything they want to. 23 siege tanks right now, Lingsanity, and 36 mutas from his teammate. So just the harass is going to be all over the place, keeping Team Bunny Hop Hop at home for quite some time. Yeah. And the majority of Team Bunny Hop Hop Hop, but the majority of Team Bunny Hop's army is Toetoefoot's, and really Toetoefoot, I mean, it's just such a slow army. The Roach Hydra, and there's no creep at all because of the Terran, Bathtub, but GG. Toetoefoot, Bathtub leads, but Toetoefoot's not quite gonna do it yet. No, GG. There we go. Very easy to get like plat or even diamond in 2v2.
That was not easy. That was all skill. We got plat.
I'm saying is when I was a mid-low gold player, I got plat in 2v2. So whilst I feel like plat in 1v1 is, starting to become moderately an achievement, like you're in the top at least, I don't know, it's like 40% of players or something for plat, but you're in the top.
No, you're in the top you're in the top
You're better than most people. Is the like you're above average. Whereas in 2v2, I don't know where that line lies, because most people who are decent 1v1 players and just hop on can.
When I was plat, I was top 12.5%, but that was 2 seasons ago. I was top 12.5% when I was in plat. Wow. And I don't know how that worked out.
Plat's not that good.
Yeah, they changed it. That was like 3 seasons ago when I was in plat.
Either way, we're in the game. We're in this the last quarterfinal between the players spawning up in the top right-hand corner, forming Team Bunny Hop Hop. We have the pink Zerg Toetoefoot and the blue Terran player Bathtub.
And their opponents in the bottom left-hand corner. It is Team Gods of SC2, and half of that team in the teal Zerg trunks. It is Knight. And his other half, maybe the better half, it is the Red Terran, going by his crazy name, Lingsanity. Getting a little bit better, but I like their opening because it was the exact same opening as what we saw from Bunny Hop Hop. I feel like that's, it's the standard on a lot of maps. Everyone in 1v1, everyone checks one little position, but for Lingsanity and their opening of that Bear Axe, I feel like that's a standard. Everyone knows any good 2v2 player is Crystal Pools. You throw your Axe right there just to make sure there's no proxies.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we see Lingsanity's throwing it a little further back, and Bathtub's actually elected to wall off the ramp, and I feel like this makes a bit more sense. What Bathtub's doing makes a little bit more sense in Terran Zerg versus Terran Zerg, or Terran X versus Terran Zerg, because, or any matchup with Bomber Zerg, because you want that wall off, whereas so far as I can tell, like the main threat is a cannon rush. Proxy hatches, I feel like, are going to be much, much worse in 2v2s, because if both players pull like 3 workers, you're going to defend the proxy hatch, and both players have taken a tiny hit.
Oh, Reaper's a move.
It is a tiny hit. Like, pulling 3 workers isn't that bad if you could defend 3 workers with a proxy hatch. But yeah, the Reaper first trade goes in favor of Bathtub. As they start to regen, it won't matter. So he does back off. Second Reaper out for Lingsanity now as well. So it's a wise decision by Bathtub to back off. And yeah, we see both players actually giving the Zergs the frontal base. This was something I didn't get a chance to touch on the last time we were on Crystal Pools. I think taking the frontal base makes a lot more sense. The creep thread can start from this hatch, whereas if a Zerg player takes the hatch set further back, then they have to spread creep kind of through the Terran player's area, which means the Terran player have to lift their natural, then they're in a bad position. Whoa, a little bit of Reaper skirmish. Nope, everything's fine. Nothing dies. Yeah. But yeah. And the Zerg player as well can use their slightly more powerful static D, their spine crawlers, to defend this ramp and therefore, all 4 bases, rather than having to kind of set it a bit further back, at least to start with, and only defending about 3 bases for that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a very smart idea by them to do that a little bit further forward. We see for Bunny Hop Hop going into Roaches, which we saw them do last game. Interesting. I wonder if they played their opponents before, because they did not do that in the other previous games. But it also may be for the matchup, as Trignell and I are both not super experienced 2v2 casters, but it may be specifically for the matchup. But for now, we see Lingsanity pulling back at his Reapers. Both teams have done not a phenomenal amount of scouting, but both teams have a general idea of what their opponents are doing, and they're not doing the exact same thing, but pretty close to it. We do see, though, Knight is I think opting out for Mutalisks in this. I think we're probably going to see the exact same thing we saw in last game, just in a different position, and the tanks probably are not going to be quite as good in these huge open areas, especially versus Roach Hydra.
Yeah, I mean, we did have Larry saying in the chat that tanks are basically only good, or not only good, tanks are best in the 2v2 map pool on Wolf Industries compound, because there are fewer ground attack routes to actually have to defend. I mean, I was saying that there's only that choke, and behind it there's 6 bases, so most 2 players will be pretty comfortable on 6 bases shared between them for a while. Even if you break down the rocks, that's only 2 paths to actually defend. And if you go a bit further forwards, you cover a few more bases with the tanks. And although it's a wider choke, you still get up to a decent tank count, and you've got really, really solid defense. There seem to be a lot of little kind of abusable tank spots where you can siege up a couple of tanks and harass mineral lines as well. So I don't see as many good tank spots on this map. You'd have to spread them out a lot more.
Yeah, the one nice thing, though, on this map is if you can contain the ramp, you basically got them contained down to 4 bases. Well, normally if you're on 4 bases, you can't quite be contained by just one little area. But for now, we see Team Bunny Hop Hop taking their 5th base, but there's actually a Rex that's headed to go over there by Lingsanity. Interesting from them, but it will not be spotted. The Bathtub for Bunny Hop Hop, sending a Banshee over there. Cloak is finishing up now, and there's actually also going to be a Raven for Bathtub, so it could be an interesting composition. Looks like Knight hasn't quite spotted it yet, but there is a Spore Caller ready, and on the left-hand side of the map, a lot of Lings for Knight, which is for Gods of SC2, are moving in. There's a lot of Hellions, though, for Lingsanity. Kind of whatever would counter these Lings, these Hellions are countering in this position, and I love these Lings right here for Knight. They're waiting back. They're waiting to see what they can. They're waiting to engage, but for now, actually, they're both going to move up and try to get rid of that hatchery.
Yeah, much better DPS than the Hellion Reaper force from Lingsanity. So they're going to...
Didn't even cancel.
No cancel? That's bad. Also, this gives Lingsanity the opportunity to actually land this Rax once the creep spreads away a little bit, which it has. And then he can just have it sitting there, kind of occupying space the hatchery wants to be in. So that's going to deny Toetoefoot's expansion for quite some time. Lingsanity, obviously, with the floating Rax, is going to be going into a mech-based composition. We see him already with the double factory. Probably going to be adding a few more on before that Rax does die. A little bit of Ling run by into the gold base of Bathtub as well. That going down. Bathtub does have a Raven out to help. Oh, all the drones just defended by those roaches. A couple extra shots go down the SCVs, but to no real benefit. And so far it looks like Team Gods of 2v2 are pushing forward strongly. The Raven is going to go down. Doesn't quite manage to place down the auto turret. There it is. Just finally goes on. And Team Gods of 2v2 have kind of reduced both players back to 2+2 bases. And oh my god, that was nearly an incredible headshot shot.
Yeah, and on the other side of the map, Gods of 2v2 both have started their third bases, but for now, actually, the CC will be taken out. That was at that gold base. So far, Bunny Hop Hop for Toetoefoot on Bunny Hop Hop is trying to push this back, but the mutas cannot do, the roaches cannot do anything against the mutas, but the roaches are sending across the map. But still, in the main of Bathtub, there are still just 2 lone Hellions doing so much havoc right here. I can't see with this overlay, but I wish I could see the workers killed so far. And for now, though, in the middle of the map, I mean, roaches setting all the way back, but now they're coming home and losing so many roaches through this. Team Bunny Hop Hop has been very much crippled in this attack. They're trying to do something still. There wasn't a ton of damage, but on the other side of the map, they have not been able to negate Team Gods of the Gods of SC2. They have not been able to contest these third bases for each of them, and actually even a fourth base. So much economy is coming up. GG's called
GG.
by Team Bunny Hop Hop. Interestingly enough, Larry was saying he thought Team Bunny Hop Hop would have first place in this tournament.
No, he was saying he was rooting for Team Bunny Hop Hop because he thought Team Gods of SC2 would have the...
I thought it was...
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.